They're a really good team. They're going to be here tomorrow to compete, as hard as they can and try to win. And, I can't wait to, play them. And, yeah.
What are you expecting from the atmosphere in Rupp? I know there have been some loud moments. It's a big game so far, but probably nothing close to what will happen tomorrow night.
The energy's going to be crazy in there. I know that fans are going to show up, support us. It's going to be really loud in there, and they definitely going to show up.
Are games like this kind of part of the reason you came here? That this is kind of a destination for you?
Yeah. One of the reasons why I came here is just for the experience. I know that coming from mid-major school, it was going to be like that, but coming here is going to be totally different, and like games like tomorrow is going to show that. So yeah.
What do you think's been clicking for you specifically offensively here the last 5-6 games?
Just feeling more comfortable out on the floor, just playing my game, knowing things I could do. It was just a process, really. Just being capable of doing what I could do out there. It's just what it was, and then coach having trusted me and the teammates having trusted me as well.
They use the word patience. Coaches, they use the word patience for you. Do you feel yourself seeing the game slow down a little bit more in this style now as opposed to maybe earlier on in the season?
Yeah. The game definitely slowed down. I could tell for me that just watching film on myself, just me being more balanced on my jumpers or just being relaxed and just reading the floor. It's definitely one of those things that, just came in a process coming here, and, it definitely shows.
Cal's talked to you recently about guys kind of finding their roles and being all-stars in their roles. And CJ was talking about it too after the Vandy game. I guess, what is your role? What role have you found for yourself here?
The role that I found was being a leader on the floor, just being that senior leader, just, talking, just being loud on the floor, being able to, score, being that scorer that I've always been, being aggressive, and definitely just, locking in on the defense and rebounding, me too. Those my roles that, I took on the team, so, yeah.
Was there anything maybe out of your comfort zone that you have had to do more of or pay more attention to?
Not really. I've been playing collegiate basketball for a minute now. I don't think it was more so me having, to worry about anything, to be honest. So I just, just needed to get adjusted, get used to, being here because the pace of the game is quicker, the physicality is quick, stronger. But, those things I just needed to, learn.
You guys have talked a lot about taking it very much one day at a time, but when you have a game like this at home coming up, is it hard not to look ahead and think about it?
No. I feel like it was just really just us just coming together and, coming as a team and just focusing on what we need to do in practice first before anything. We don't worry about the outcome of the game, like Coach said. We just being able to just focus on, what we need to do on defense, scouting, reports, all that. It's just those things that we just focus on.
Do you ever, when you play against a team that has a great player like Grady did yesterday, does you get amped up knowing that you might have to cover him some, and is it something like, hey man, we want to prove to him, or he's going to try to prove to you guys,
Of course, man. I'm excited to play him, man, 100%. I feel like the guys is too. I feel like, that's going to be a great matchup for us, and we just can't wait for tomorrow. And we're going to give it, our all out there. And we've been waiting for this game, to be honest, So, tomorrow is the big day.
Roll you guys are on, winning 4 straight. What's been the key to that? Is there one thing you can put your finger on, or several different things?
The key thing I'd say is winning each day. No matter if we're playing a game or not, we have to win the day, whether it's in practice, whether it's film, whether it's weights. We just have to win the day and keep stacking up wins.
Do you feel like the momentum and the confidence is building with each game?
Definitely. Us stacking those wins up builds our confidence and practice and each other, We know that the other person that's next to us is going to put in their all, and they're going to help us win the day.
There's been a lot of talk about the players-only meetings or team meetings between the South Carolina loss and the Tennessee win. What was your biggest takeaway from all that?
We just got to stay together, keep fighting, believe in each other, stay there for each other, and everything's going to fall in line.
Antonio talked about the bond you guys have now. Like it took some time to get to where you guys are on the court, chemistry-wise. The shots seem much more open for you guys than they were earlier in the season. Are you starting to see that as well, where it's just, everybody knows where everybody's supposed to be now type of thing?
Definitely. I mean, it took a minute for us to fully understand what Coach was trying to do with the spacing. And now that I feel like we're all coming together and it's finally clicking for us, like once we get it to where we needed to get it to, everybody know where each other's at.
What about defensively? How does it help defensively? Like knowing each other and where guys are going to be and that sort of thing.
I mean, we know who we could help more with, like if Oscar's guarding the post, we know that we could, stay on ours a little more. Or if somebody's guarding the ball, we know we don't have to help as far as we usually would with somebody else, if that makes sense.
What can you tell us about Kansas? What have you seen from them?
Like I said earlier, one thing that stood out to me was the triangle and two. I haven't seen anybody do that in college basketball yet, so that should be interesting.
It's got to be one you're excited for, though. Like games like this are why you come to Kentucky, right?
Definitely. All the energy that's going to be in the gym and the fight that each team is going to bring, it's one of the biggest games of the season.
Non-conference slate early on was a learning period for you guys. You're in a different mode now. How much, considering that, do you guys relish this opportunity to try and pick up a big non-conference win?
It's big, Every game we want to win, Just stacking up wins, whether they're home, away, conference, non-conference. We're just going in with the winning mindset, and we're going to fight as hard as we can.
From what happened last year, obviously every year is a different year. Obviously they're going to come in here, revenge on their mind and stuff. How do you guys, especially the first 4 minutes of the game, what do you expect from them, and how do you hope to play off that and kind of hope it gets into the second half as a close game?
I mean, it's been like that every game we played. Everybody wants to beat Kentucky, and they're going to come out and fight as hard as they can, just like every other team would, and we're going to fight as hard as we can. I know it's going to come down to the last few minutes of the game because they're not going anywhere, we're not going anywhere, and I'm just looking for a good game.
Do you know much about Grady Dick?
I played with him at a few camps, but, I know he's a good player. You got to respect him.
You all know each other very well playing together on those teams?
Not really.
Some of your teammates have talked about you kind of emerging in more of a leadership role as the season has gone on. Have you felt that about yourself?
Yeah, I was trying to be more vocal and, be a leader vocally and, physically, leading as far as, somebody seeing what I'm doing and want to do the same thing.
Is that something that coaches have kind of talked to you about throughout the season, doing more of that, or is that something that you just kind of realized you needed to take more upon yourself?
A little bit of both. They was putting that bug in my ear, but also, I wasn't shying away from it. It's something that I said I wanted to do before I got here.
Is it difficult as a freshman coming in with so many seniors, guys who have been in college basketball 4 or 5 years, to find a way to make that kind of leadership impact right after that?
Yeah, it was pretty difficult because, you don't want to step on anybody's toes or you don't want to come off the wrong way. So I feel like as I got to know them better and understood who they were as a person, it became easier.
Speaking of